The weather look amazing, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a little bit drizzling. I am Judith. Judith Orero. For my returning subscriber, be blessed. For my returning subscribers, may you have a lovely day. God bless you abundantly. And if it is your first time watching me, welcome. Feel comfortable, and I hope you're going to enjoy yourself. Kindly subscribe, like, share, leave a comment. Let me know which country are you watching me from. It is early in the morning. It is 10:15 according to that phone, which 10:15 early in the morning, which I was thinking, yeah, it's correct. It's correct. Okay, 10:15, yeah. This phone, I haven't been using it for ages, and sometimes I feel like maybe it is not working, but it is working. Welcome, guys. God bless you so much. And I just want to make myself look for something to have a breakfast. Basically, this is how my kitchen look like. Just a normal kitchen. To be honest with you, when my eyes opened, I found out I was living with my grandma. God bless her, my maternal grandma, and we had only 2 rooms for my grandma and my grandpa, and another room was for girls. Yeah, for girls. I don't know about the boys. I don't know. I think we were just sleeping, kind of. African lifestyle. You just have to find a space and sleep. There is no luxury like everybody with their own bed. No. Even having a bed is a luxury. Having a mattress is a luxury. Having a duvet is a luxury. In Africa, you just find a space, sleep. You will sleep with your own clothes, Even having a night dress is a luxury. Now when my eyes open, I was there. We find a small, but thank God we had a bed, not the best bed, but it was a good bed, and it was a metal bed. Now you will have it for the rest of your life. There's no way you'll get rid of that bed because it was metal. That's the good thing about it, The problem was a mattress now. The mattress was like blankets, very skinny, because my grandma was unable to afford a mattress. Yeah. Why am I saying all this? I'm saying all this because I've just told you this is my kitchen, and this is a rental house. It's not my mortgage. It's not my own house. I'm just renting, and here is UK, United Kingdom. I'm living in a place called Cambridgeshire, And what I found out about UK, the houses are very, very extremely expensive. Rental is very, very expensive, And mortgage, you need some qualification in order to afford a mortgage. They will ask you for your salary. They will ask you how many years have you been working. You will be asked, I don't know, because I've never gone to those process. I've never had a mortgage. Now I can't say much about it. Even this one, I just had a cousin who have been here longer than I, and she was the one who applied for me. I am so blessed. I always have people to hold my hand. I cannot complain about that. Right. I am so happy now. I'm doing this vlog, and my son is upstairs asleep. He slept late because he was on his phone, obviously, TikTok, and now he sleeps late and wakes up late. And I'm happy because when he's upstairs quiet, I can do I can record my video in a good environment, because he doesn't like to see me doing any live. Some reason, I don't know. And according to him, he just say that you embarrass me. Don't do it. You embarrass me. Or maybe, you know, I'm too aged to do that. These are things for young generation. And me personally, I feel like when I'm on the spotlight, when I'm on the video, it just changed my mood. I like when I share my story with people. Okay, I told you about my kitchen, and I said that this is a rental house, and when my eyes opened, I was living with my maternal mom. We only had 2 rooms, if I remember, and we were just sleeping, all of us there. One room was for my grandma and my grandpa, and the other room was for children. And luckily, that house had a very veranda. Veranda is English, I don't know, veranda or a corridor. Those are called Swahili houses, and those are Swahili houses, you have the opportunity to cook outside. Now, if your house is filled with children or maybe with staff, you can at least cook outside. Not completely outside, but it's just in the corridor, in a veranda. And we had no kitchen. That's what I was trying to say. We had no kitchen. Yeah, the Swahili house, the way they have built it, it is in a way that even if you are 8 tenants, it was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, if I'm not wrong. Normally that's how they build it. 8 tenants, single rooms, and you have a toilet, which is public toilet. All of you, you share the toilet and you share the bathroom. You know, some people, you can be lucky, you have 2 toilets, 2 bathrooms, but we have only 1 toilet, 1 bathroom. Very spacious, according to me. According to me, the house was so spacious, big veranda. The neighbors were amazing. You cannot miss annoying neighbor, obviously. You cannot miss annoying neighbor, but the rest were good, civilized, you know. And they build it in a way that there is a place where all the tenants can cook. If you don't feel like cooking inside your single room, you can. There's a space where you can cook outside, you know. And all said is that this is my kitchen, right? There's somebody who told me, one of my follower in TikTok said, oh, you have a nice kitchen. And I said, thank you very much. And that's reminded me that most of the houses I rent, when I was living in Kenya, most of the houses I rent, I had no kitchen like this. And normally, sometimes I used to go and like kind of visit my friends before I got my baby daddy, because I lived there with my grandma. I did my primary school, which I went to like 4 primary schools. You know, that's how my life have been. And you know what I mean. If I say I've been in 4 primary schools, that means moving from one place to another. And for a child who grows up moving from one place to another, it can be, there must be a reason why that child is moving from one place to another. Sometimes it affects child improvement, development, mentally, and it just means that you don't have stability. There's no good proper foundation. You know, they must be kind of broken family. That's why I used to move from my grandma to my auntie, from my auntie back to my grandma, and that's how my life was. But I thank God. And now I moved. I did my primary, my nursery school, primary, and I did my nursery school. I went to Kengeleni. For those who live in Mombasa, Kenya, I went to Kengeleni Nursery School, and I was there with my auntie, who is my mom, sister, who is second last born. Her name is Mary, and we were kind of the same age. I think she's just like 2 months older than I. And that's Kengeleni Nursery. And then I went to Freetown Primary School. Oh yeah, Freetown people. I am Marwa talking about Freetown, but he was struggling to pronounce. I think he was saying Freetown. He was talking about migration, and he was talking about the white British who came to take Africans, and there is a history about Freetown. You know, that's where some of the Portuguese were dumped, something like that. I don't know much about it. You know, yeah. There was kind of there is a history about that Freetown place. Most of them, they have been just brought and left there from different country because it is near a Indian Ocean. Yeah, I don't know the history very well. I don't know the history very well. Now, I went to Freetown Primary School. I left Freetown and I went to Chemelil. Oh yeah! Chemelil, that is in Nyanza province, or maybe, I don't know, they call them county these days. I don't get it. Nyanza province, Kisumu. I went to Chemelil. That is a sugar factory school because they do sugar plantation, that entire area. After that, I went to Muhoroni Primary. You see my history? I went to Muhoroni Primary, and I think I finished 2 years there, or maybe 3 years. I don't know. I am just one of those people who repeated, and I finished school when I was 18 years old. Because of not coping well in the class, and because of let me take a towel outside. My son have washed his towel and it is raining outside. Now let me just take the towel. It's outside. It's a little bit drizzling, you know. Thank God he washed his towel. Oh dear Lord, I'm telling you, being a mom is a blessing. The entire washing machine, he put only one towel and ran it. That's what you have to go through when you're a parent sometimes. And I was like, why did you do that? You have dirty clothes in the laundry. You should have put some more clothes. But anyway, you have to give them credit for the small things they do, you know. Okay, where was I? I went to what? Where was I? I was in Muhoroni. Muhoroni is also sugar plantation. I went to Muhoroni Primary School as well because my auntie on my mother's side, my mom's young sister, was married with this man who was working in a factory. Yeah, engineer kind of, you know. He was working in the factory. I don't know the exact thing he was doing there, but he was working in factory, and there was a time he came, he lost his finger. Now I don't know what he was doing in the machine, and the machine cut one of his fingers. Yeah. And yeah, I went to Muhoroni Primary. After Muhoroni Primary, back to Mombasa, and I went to Hadija Primary School. After Hadija Primary School, I joined Mombasa High. Mombasa High, oh yeah. Hadija, remember Hadija is in Kisauni because we were living in VOK. We are living in Kisauni. I am a Kisauni child. I was born in Kisauni, you know. And now I finished Hadija, standard 8. I did not perform very well, but I was lucky enough to be taken with Mombasa High. Mombasa High is a school which take student based on your sports. If you are doing sports in primary, then they will select you. You know, now I used to do netball, I used to do athletics, I used to do PE, I used to do acrobat, I was fit. I used to do sports. You know, I was a sport, and I can swim as well. Not very well, but I can swim. And then I went to Mombasa High. When I went to Mombasa, I was playing netball. I don't know. Football, I don't know. But I have certificate for netball. I have certificate for athletic. I was doing hurdles, relay, 400 meters. I don't know, 400 meters, yeah, something like that. Two laps, something like that. And in Mombasa High, I joined Mombasa High. It was 1994. Yeah, 94, 95, 96. Is it? I think it was 95, 1995. 95, 96, 97, 98. God. Yeah, 95. I joined Form 1 in Mombasa High. Now, hello people, Mombasa High people, Anna Wandanda, Miriam Wandanda, Ethel Wakesho. Those are my crew. Who else can I remember? Who else can I remember? God, who else can I remember in high school? Damn, my brain. Celestine, but Celestine, they were like kind of, you know, monos there. Just in my class. Who can I remember? Dear Lord, have mercy with me. Julia Wakesho, those are people who are older than me. And the late Valerie. Was it? Oh, Valerie was a teacher, but there's a lady who I had passed away, Violet. Very dark skin, Violet, in Mombasa High, a Luo, and the parents used to work in the airport. Oh, I can't forget Helena Tieno, and who else? Who else can I remember? Oh dear me. Come on. Rosemary Atieno, how are you, baby girl? I had a fight with her. There was a time I had a... She was polite, but I heard that you were kind of... She was kind of grooving with my boyfriend, but oh, it's a nightmare. Anyhow, and who else can I remember in Mombasa High? Who else? God, Mombasa High people, are you watching me? Write down in the comments, write down there, let me know your names. If you have been with Judy Orero in Mombasa High from 1995 to whatever, 1998 I think. 95, 96, 97, 98, right, I'm right. I can't remember who again. No, it's alright. If I don't remember, it's okay. And after Mombasa High, in my last year, 1998, I got this boyfriend, and we met, and I decided to move to this boyfriend's house. And I lived with him from his house to school, from his house to school. That's what I was doing, you know. And we were living in a single room, and that single room had no kitchen as well. Single room. If you have been to Africa, you know what I mean. You have that small single room. The only thing you can put there is bed, one sofa, and it have to be a sofa which take only 2 people, and you have a table, and that table, that's where you will cook on top of that table, and a place to put a barrel of water. Everything else have to go under the bed, for those who know Africa very well. And that is the lifestyle. You can live in a stone house, or you can live in a mud house. You can live in any condition of house, depending on your finance, right? Now, all this story is because of this kitchen. And when I was with my boyfriend, we lived for 3 years. I became pregnant, and it started being funny. I moved, went back to my grandparents, where I used to be, and I took care of my pregnancy, have a job. I was working in Mamba Village, by the way. Mamba Village, oh yeah, Mombasa. I was working in Mamba Village when I was pregnant, heavily pregnant, until when I started having some symptoms of malaria. I stopped. I worked almost 4 months, I must say. I was working in Mamba Village in aquarium, snakes aquarium and botanical garden. Now I knew this is type of fish, this is this type of fish, this is type of plant, this type of plant, and we had python, we have kind of snakes, and yeah, and little like bush baby and whatever, those kind of animals. Now that is a little bit about me, right? And after I had my baby, thank God, safely, baby girl, I just saved money at the Mamba Village. I saved my money, and 9 months I moved out with my baby, and I went and rent a single room again, no kitchen, right? A single room. I could not afford a place like this, a single room. And with that single room, I lived there for almost 3 years. Now I was living there with my baby, and I was living there with my house girl, and I was working in a salon. I worked in different salons, and from that house I moved like 9 houses. All these 9 houses, they had no kitchen. They were all single room, just single room, you know. And my 9th house, the 9th house I moved on, it was in Nairobi. I lived in all these houses I was renting them in a place called Mtwapa, Kandara. My first house at the back of Kandara. My second house, it was, where was my second house? Kwa Chifu, huko Mtomondoni huko. Imagine I lived in Mtomondoni. People, hey, life is a journey. Me, I lived in Mtomondoni. Anyway, after Mtomondoni, I moved to, where did I move to? I moved to Mtwapa on the other side, near Bashraheli. And near Bashraheli. For those who live in Mtwapa know what I'm talking about. And after that, I moved to Lasado. The audacity. I moved to Lasado, the same plot where I was living with the baby daddy for 3 years. Imagine, who does that? Me, Judith Orel. I lived in Lasado, and after Lasado, okay, first is Kandara, second house was in Mtomondoni kwa Chifu, third house was near, what is this estate? I forget again. I just mention it. I just mention it. Oh, my brain. My brain, yeah? My brain, yeah? I need a cup of tea. Jesus, I just mentioned this estate. La, 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 la. Bashiraheli, yeah. Kandara, kwa chifu, huko Mtomondoni, Bashiraheli, near Bashiraheli, and then I moved to Lasado. After Lasado, I went again back in in another house in where? I went to Mamu. Mamu house is just near Lasado. That's the 5th house, and then at the back of Lasado again. That I had another boyfriend now at that point, you know. He was a very understanding man. God bless him. He was a very understanding man. The problem was, he was a chef. God bless him. But the problem was drinking. Yeah, I don't know why he was drinking too much. He was a brilliant chef. God bless him. A good man I had in my life, but alcohol could not allow me to live with him. Yeah. And then the 5th house was in Lasado Estate. I was inside now Lasado Estate, in a very dingy place, where I got accident. I got goons who beat me, injured me when I came from club, and they were very awful with me. They almost killed me, but God was good, right? And the eighth one, oh my goodness, I've moved in many houses. The 8th one was from Bashiraheli. I went to Rasta. There was a Rasta living in front of that Bashiraheli. And now that was like the best house. That was the best house. And that best house, I moved there because I received money from one of my auntie who is called Susan. This auntie of mine, she lives in South London. She sent me money, 30,000, so I can go to Nairobi and steal her daughter, because she was having this fight. She wanted to bring the daughter in Europe, but the father of the daughter was refusing her to bring the daughter. Now they were having battle. Now she sent me the 30,000 pounds to go Nairobi, pick the child, and stay in Mombasa with this child. And I used that money to rent a nice house, because I was told I should not get myself involved where people are fighting for a child. But I used only 10,000. I used only 10,000, and he realized that I was not going to help. Then, I mean, she realized I was not going to help her, and she sent the brother, who is late now, God bless him. The brother is called Ochieng. She sent his brother Ochieng to come and pick that 30,000 Kenya shillings. But I told her that I've already used 10,000. I have 20,000. And the brother came and picked that money. And the brother was very naughty, because he was telling me, if I were you, I could have eat all that money. I was like, all right. I'm not that bad, you know. Anyway, after that house, that was the best house I lived, and it was a bedsitter. Just, that was the best house I lived. A bedroom which was spacious, God bless. It was a spacious bedroom, and it have a tiny sitting room, and it have a toilet, which is, you use it toilet and a bathroom at the same time. That was like the best house I ever rented when I was in Kenya. I was paying something like 5,000 a month, and I was lucky enough because I had this nice boyfriend who was from Slovakia. Slovakia, yeah? Not Slovenia. He came from Slovakia, I think. Yeah, one of that, Slovakia or Slovenia. He was a very nice man, and he was helping me sometimes, sending me money, you know. And he really loved me. He loved me with my baby girl. And he used to send me money for birthday, just money for pockets, and I thank God. Now the moment, am I going too fast? Okay. The moment I came to no, I'm going too fast. Yeah? Anyway, just let me say. The moment I came to UK, this my Slovakia man broke up with me. He sent me 100 euro, and then he did not want anything to do with me again because he realized that I was in UK. But that being said, I was still living in that nice house I'm telling you, that bedsitter. And that bedsitter, I moved out. The reason why I moved out of that bedsitter, it was a good house, even fenced, it was fenced, that's how good it was. The reason I moved out of that bedsitter is because I used to have bad dreams, and I used to pray in that house. I've been praying anyway since my childhood. I've been praying. I went to Kongoya Catholic Church, for those who know Kongoya, and I've been visiting different type of churches, you know. And now I used to pray in that house, and sometimes I could, on my prayers or on my sleep, I could see somebody sitting on the roof with the totally black clothes. Now I just kept on praying, you know. And that point, my daughter was in a boarding school, and with this my prayers, I don't know if they affected the landlord, because the landlord was living there with me. And this landlord one day just told me, you need to move, with no reason. He told me I need to move out. Yeah, I'm giving you maybe 1 week. You need to move out. Reason not said, but I was praying a lot. I have to evacuate. I had to move very quickly, and I went to a next door house near the same place, and that was like kind of abandoned house. It was kind of abandoned house in Bashraheli again. I went back to Bashraheli in abandoned house, and they allowed me, you know, and I stayed there. The house was so rough, like, you know, abandoned house, how abandoned house look like. I lived there. I just make one room very nice, mop it. I did not live for long. And those Bashraheli people, they are blessed. They have a space, very big land, and they have houses. They're not very well looked after, but you know, if you're struggling, you can live in those houses. Then what I did, I told this my landlord. He was a nice looking guy, and he was like, you know, this Arab, kind of Arab. They look like Arab people. And he told me, I can see there's another abandoned house somewhere there. Is it okay? I can give you, I don't know, 10,000. I said 10,000. Where I got that money, I don't know. I can give you 10,000, then you renovate that house for me. And that man was so shocked. And he said, yes, I can do it. Then I gave him the 10,000. He went and buy a coconut tree. You can cut it into woods, you know. And he renovated the place, not very well. He renovated it, clean one room, but it was very spacious. Single room, but it was very special. He renovated it, he painted it, he did a little bit of flooring, and God is good. He did even the water piping, and I had like a tap outside, you know, and I moved there. After moving there, I paid her rent like in advance, because I gave him 10,000 And the house was maybe, I don't know, 2,000, I don't even know. Now I had to stay there for certain month in order to finish my money. And yeah, on top of that, I was just keep on giving him rent. And that really motivated him, because he made this one room and I moved on. He made other, he adjusted, he repaired other houses. There were like 4 rooms now. 4 rooms. They were just abandoned with rubbish inside, nobody living, people scared of those houses, saying there is majini. But you know, when you're a prayerful person, you can live anywhere, to be honest. And I lived there, and I had my 3 neighbors as well came and lived there with me, right? Remember, still there was no kitchen in that house. I don't know if that is house number 9. You know, I think house number 10, now I moved to Nairobi. I was living in Nairobi in a place called Hamsa, near Makadara. No kitchen. I was paying 3,500, and I was with this Congolese lady who was called, what was her name again? I can't remember. I can't remember her name. I was living with a Congolese lady. I can't remember her name. It's been years now. It's been years, you know. I lived in Nairobi. After Nairobi, I lived in Nairobi almost maybe 1 year. Maybe 1 year. I think maybe 1 year. Mado. I was living with this lady who was called Amado, Congolese lady. And Amado, Bibi Young, you know, right. And from Nairobi, I came back to my parents' house. Then I started to sort my visas in order to come to UK. I came to UK and I lived with my auntie for years. In, out, in, out. You know? That's when I found a kitchen now. Like this. I remember where my grandma was living in VOK, there was no kitchen like this. But she moved to Mtwapa. The daughter from UK build her house, build a house for my grandma, and there was a kitchen like this now. But all the houses I've been renting, there was no all this. This for me, this is luxury, you know. I lived with my auntie, and after living with my auntie in UK, I got married. There was a kitchen like this now where I was, but it did not go well. I came back to my auntie again, you know, pushing life, and the government decided to give me a house. When the government gave me a house, my kitchen was very small. I had 2-bedroom house. My kitchen was small and the window was very tiny. My toilet had no window. Now you can imagine, in UK, if you don't have a window and you don't have enough money to heat your house, you have a house full of mold. And that's what happened to me. I lived in that house for, I believe, 5 years. You know, I stayed in that house for 5 years. House which sometimes there's mold, the window is not double glazed, windows are kind of rotten. I had to claim to the council until they renovated the windows, put double glazing, and they did painting, you know. And I moved out of that house. I was evicted in that house. After being evicted, I went to a Congolese friend, me with Congolese, but I could not live there. I had to go back to the council. You know, when you're in UK, you have to go to council for them to help you get a house. But in Africa, you just look for a house. It's easy to find houses there, you know. During my time, it was easy to find houses, provided you have money. And I went back to my auntie. She was so exhausted with me because she just wanted me to move on, but it was so difficult for me. New culture, no money, stress with a little baby, and there was so much going on. No job. I got another house, a bed sitter, again a bed sitter, in Wood Green, hoy, London. I lived in Wood Green, in a house whereby my neighbors, some of them were taking drugs. The moment you walk, you find the needles and the smell of marijuana, and oh God. Whew. Neighbors, sometimes fights, but I just locking myself to myself. All right. Then I got evicted there as well. Hey, talk about life. I got evicted in Wood Green. Back to my auntie again. My auntie was so sick, was so fed up with me. You could see on her eyes, she was, oh. Anyway, I lived there, and God had, I was going to church, praying. This church I was going, it was far away. I can't remember the name now. It is in East London, and I was living in North London. The name of this church, let me see if I can find the name of this church. Oh, the name of this church, oh my God. Let me check in Google. The church. Even this internet is not working. I can't remember the place, but that church was called VPA, Victoria Pentecostal Church. It was in East London, near Essex, right? Yeah, for those who have been around Essex. Hello Essex people. Yeah, I was praying. My visa is problem. No job. I have a little baby. Another one stuck in UK, in Africa. And I've gone now through divorce. It was very tough for me, but I kept on holding on God, fasting and praying. I got this job in NHS, and in this job, I was a support worker in NHS. This job, God bless them. It did wonders in my life. It supported me. I got financial stability. I managed to go back to Africa to visit my baby. I managed to do my application. I managed to just have money, little pocket money, to buy myself clothes, to just to look like a decent person, with a smile, with a look good. You know, when you have money, sometimes just give you that morale of the confidence of going out without worrying. You know, sometimes you can be in that predicament. English is not vegetable, whereby you cannot even afford to pay for bus transport. But this job put a smile on my face. I did so many night shifts. And that NHS job is what supported me. I worked there for 3.5 years. That is what supported me to be in this place right now. Because you need to prove you have salary. You need to show how many children you have. You need to show, I don't know, your visa. You need to show your family, you need to show your guarantor, you need, hey, wahala, wahala, wahala. Rental in the United Kingdom is not a walk in a park. It's not a joke. And that's why I am here. It haven't been easy. It have ups and downs, but God is good, you know. All that story is just to do with this kitchen. This kitchen. Renting houses in UK is so difficult. Here it's Cambridgeshire. I could not afford to rent in London. It's too expensive in London. You cannot even find a garden like this one. Can we see a garden? Yes, you can find a garden, but you see, this is my garden. It's very spacious. You can see, yeah, that's a garden. I'm not doing much. I'm not doing anything. There is a tap outside. There is a tap there. As you can see, there's a tap there. And this is how it looks. You know, during summer it's very nice, and I have a garage, very spacious garage. Those are the kind of houses I was renting, houses which look like that before. That garage, you know, now. And now I managed to find a place here in Cambridgeshire, because some of my family moved to this side of Cambridgeshire, and we were trying to move out of London, you know. We were trying to move out of London to come in this side where the houses, you can be able to buy a mortgage, you can be able to rent, and you can be able to find a job, because London is too much expensive. Now I thank God for where I am right now. I really appreciate this place. I respect it. I've tried to look after this house. Sometimes the rent, I've had kind of 2 occasions whereby I paid rent in a different place, because I was doing direct debit, and I just click and the money went in a different place, in children's, in child benefit, instead of paying money in my agency, in HSBC bank. And I really had a tough time, because the agency keep on, you know, pressuring me to pay, and I was keep on pressuring the child benefit to give me the money back. At last they did. After almost, I don't know, 5 months, they gave me the money and I paid. And I lost my job. Then I had problem with the rent here. Now I've been keep on paying little by little until God had mercy upon me. Okay, and I'm so grateful, because I tried to keep this house, and the only way you can keep a house in the UK is if you are focused, if you don't have a lot of leisure, if the government is supporting you, and if you're mature enough. Because there's so many people who have houses and they lost them despite of all that. And another thing, if you are smoking, you are taking marijuana, you are taking cigarette, you are taking alcohol, you like to go to clubs, you like to spend money anyhow, look for clothes, shoes, whatever, you will struggle to pay your bills in the UK. You can lose your house in the UK. You need to be very, very calculative with the little money you have. Right? I've said a lot. Now, please. Was there something I wanted to say and I forgot? Yeah. Now, the whole point is all about renting a house. Oh, how many houses I've been to. How many houses have rent. Yeah. Now, please, my people, kindly support me in my YouTube. Subscribe, like, share, leave a comment. Let me know which country are you watching me from. let me know which country are you watching me from. My name is Judith Orero, originally from Kenya, based in the United Kingdom. I love you all and God bless you. Bye. Yeah, bye. I wanted to make a cup of tea.